Years of efforts by the House of Representatives Bipartisan Immigration Reform Committee appears to be grinding to a disappointing halt. Negotiations have stalled, and Texas Republicans John Carter and Sam Johnson released statements saying they were dropping from the 7-member working group. Their statement indicated that they did not trust the president to faithfully interpret their bill. The statement partially reads, quote, "President Obama time and again has unilaterally disregarded the U.S. Constitution. Laws passed by Congress are not merely suggestions. Regardless of the current atmosphere in Washington, laws are to be respected and followed by all, particularly by the commander-in-chief." Sabrina, does this mean that the committee's dead or just on hold? What's happening?
Well, look, immigration has been in trouble in the House of Representatives for a long time. In fact, ever since the Senate passed its comprehensive immigration reform bill, it was clear that House GOP leadership was not going to bring that bill to the floor. They've openly stated that leadership, as well as the majority of the Republican conference, opposes the Senate bill. And really, the only way to get comprehensive immigration reform through the House, through the lower chamber, would be if House Speaker John Boehner brought a bill to the floor that he passed with majority Democratic support. Now, with respect to the working group, they had a setback earlier in the summer, too, when Congressman Raul Labrador also left the group separately over a health care issue in terms of, what was in the reform on Obamacare. But, the reality is that there's a trust factor for House Republicans, and I think that's what you're seeing from these two lawmakers who dropped out of the group. They're talking about the issue of enforcement and that they don't believe that President Obama will follow through in terms of border security and enforcing what would ultimately be in an immigration reform bill that passes the House if it were to. And that's what the pushback has been that you've been hearing from the broader Republican conference, that they simply don't trust Obama on the issue of immigration reform. Even though, as our immigration reporter Elise Foley has repeatedly reported, there's been record deportations under the Obama administration, and those haven't stopped. He even said just recently that except for Dreamers, the deportations wouldn't stop. So, he certainly has been very firm on that stance, but it just comes down to trust, and that's something that's very difficult to get past.